Were you all heroes who banded together?
No, we were normal kids. We saw each other once a year when our parents got together to reminisce. And then we found out two very disturbing things. First, our parents were supervillains who sacrificed children to evil gods. Second, each of us had some sort of powerful birthright. Our parents wanted us to follow in their footsteps.
What did you do?
We ran, but eventually we realized only the six of us could stop our parents and their dark gods, so we faced them and stopped them from destroying reality as we know it. You know, typical kid stuff.
Typical kid stuff.
Where are your friends now?
Molly attends Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters. Carolina left Earth to marry alien nobility. Gert... She didn't make it. After Gert passed, Chase and I had a falling out. The last I heard, he and Old Lace are living at his family home in LA. As for Alex, he chose his side, and it wasn't ours. He died with our parents.
Who was on the team?
We just
At first,
we just already
Chase
knew this
with his
one.
mad science gear, Molly, our pint-sized powerhouse, Carolina, the solar-powered sweetheart. Gert had a telepathic link to Old Lace, a genetically engineered Deinonychus from the 87th century. I handled the blood magic, though I didn't understand it much. And Alex, well, we don't talk about Alex.
Okay, I think we already did this one.
I had some questions about your staff.
Did we get all this?
Go for it.
Oh, there it is.
If each magical effect is unique, do you worry you will run out of words?
Not really. I only use the staff's power when I truly need it. The rest of the time, I rely on more conventional means. Like, you know, magic.
I should go. Cool.
I should get going.
Good timing. Looks like Caretaker wants to speak with
Oh,
you.
God.
and- Wow, I should get to bed. Time flies when you're hanging out.
Cool. So we did that. We'll talk to Caretaker, and then we'll go to bed, and then we'll go on another mission.
Looks like you're finding your way around. Maybe making some new friends.
I was planning on getting some rest, but
Things are moving at a frantic pace. For all we know, I'll be landing a jet on the roof with Mr. Stark this afternoon. Not quite like it was in the good old days.
Sarah is aged a bit there, Flex.
I remember many sleepless nights and blood-soaked days, always on the hunt.
I'll give you that. But there were times back then I wouldn't trade for anything. With both you and...
Agatha? Where is Agatha?
I am sorry. I should have had this talk with you much sooner. But you should know... Agatha... She's no longer with us.
What? That is impossible. She was so...
Fierce, indomitable, or maybe just kind to a fault.
Caretaker's immortal. I don't understand why she ages, to be honest, but...
You do not have to do this.
Thank you, but I do. I haven't spoken to anyone about what happened. And more so than anyone, you deserve to know. Agatha died in an accident caused by her protege, Wanda Maximoff, the Scarlet Witch. The Midnight Sun's latest recruit, a powerful spellcaster in her own right. Perhaps the most powerful Agatha and I had ever seen. Wanda's abilities were growing. Too quickly for my liking. Agatha was determined to help her control them. I tried to caution her, but she would not listen. There was an incident. An accident, I'm sure, but...
Agatha was killed.
Yes, incinerated in an instant. Not even ash to remember her by. The others were heartbroken, as was I. But I also saw the danger, the threat, if Wanda's powers were left unchecked. So I did what needed to be done. I sent Wanda away, to the Sanctum Sanctorum, to study under Doctor Strange. I know the others still harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it.
Okay, so this is our first choice between light and dark, which involves this collar here. So the collar keeps us in check, for lack of a better term. So we basically can decide how we want to play our character. If we want to go more militant, or we want to go more empathetic, or we just want to sit down the middle in the neutral position. So I know there's harbor a great deal of resentment towards me for it. So we have the choice of going, so you simply gave up on her, or you made the right choice. So obviously this is the more pragmatic choice. This is the more fluffy, caring choice, I guess. And then I don't envy your position, which is completely neutral. Let's try something different. Let's hit the neutral position. I think I put this one on my last one.
I do not envy you. That must have been a difficult decision.
It's my job to make tough calls. I'm not popular for it, I know. But strong leadership requires risking being unliked. Wanda, Agatha. It seems we have lost them both now. I conjured a small shrine to Agatha's memory on the grounds, hoping to find some solace, a way to move forward. You should pay your respects. Maybe you'll find what I couldn't. Good night, Hunter.
Okay. So here's the balance. You can follow the path of light or dark through the choices you make in the Abbey and the abilities they use in combat. Powerful rewards can be unlocked as Hunter moves down either path. So yeah, we'll see. Okay. Follow Charlie to Agatha's shrine. Charlie. Okay, so Charlie's sitting right beside us. Probably right here. There it is. Okay, let's go, Charlie. Where are we going? Demon dog. Over there. Ooh, shinies. Okay, so around the Abbey, we're going to find materials, like those oyster mushrooms, that we're going to need for stuff later on. So if I see them, I'm grabbing them, because they do respawn. However, I don't want to have to go looking for them. Oh, and there's a shiny over there. Okay, so this thing is a haven. We can use this later. Havens that can only be used once, but we can use them on the other heroes to make nice and increase our position with them. Okay, let's go to Agatha's shrine. I think we picked up all the mushrooms around here. Okay. Hello, Agatha. Agatha Harkness. Flex will recognize.
Agatha?
You always did have the most remarkable eyes, Hunter. Just like your mother's. Maybe that's why you're the first.
The first?
To commune with the spirits, of course.
Is this a trick of some kind? Because I am not amused.
No, it's no trick, dear. You're just the first to see me. By now you've heard I had a bit of trouble with my corporeal body. I actually find it quite liberating.
She's a super powerful
You
sorceress.
Are dead.
Always straight to the heart of things. That's my hunter.
You seem strangely at ease about this whole thing.
After 1,000 years of living, you learn to take things in stride. Even death.
And what have you been doing all this time?
Meet me by the cave just over there. You know the one.
The Blood Gate? Caretaker always told me to stay away from that place.
I think we can safely lift the veil on a few more of our secrets. What's the worst that can happen?
I think she's technically immortal, Jinxie, but her body can be destroyed. Okay, so the Blood Gate. Pretty fast for a spirit. Touch the blood seal.
This ominous-looking portal is known as a Blood Gate, and you're the only one among us who can pass through it.
Blood Gate? Caretaker's handiwork?
Yes, Sarah got a little overprotective after the accident with Wanda. It's become something of a habit for her.
I have noticed that.
What lies beyond is meant for you as much as it ever was for her. Assuming you're up to the challenge, that is.
You know I am.
I do. But it's always polite to ask.
Ominous indeed.
Trial of the Elder Gods, Oster. So we're basically going into some of these things as the story progresses, allowing us to gain new powers.
Not what you were expecting, is it? There was a time when the blood stood within these celestial halls to prove their worth. This particular arena belongs to a goddess who often favored Sarah, Ashtur.
Sarah? Caretaker was here?
Nothing ever comes easy, dear. The Elder Gods felt their descendants needed to earn their blessings, which is why they created these trials to begin with.
Trials? I should have known.
This entire realm exists for that purpose. Trial by combat, with no chance of outside interference.
And this is my challenge.
Yes, but I may have found a loophole they never considered. Why don't you try summoning your four-legged friend?
Charlie?
The old gods are responsible for a great many creations, including your faithful companion. I think even they tend to forget that. Good luck, dear.
Charlie. Charlie, get good.
As the goddess of balance and order,
Okay.
Ashtur was sometimes
So-
called the giver of justice. You can expect a fair fight, or at least her idea of one.
Okay. So we have one, two. Okay, two of these things are elites, and the rest are garbage, which means that chances are these knockbacks. We can keep this really simple then. 1, 2, 3. Okay, fine. Let's keep this simple.
You are too weak for this fight.
Let's clean up the battlefield a bit. Forceful knockback, quick.
Your mother abandons you.
Okay, we have 2 points of heroism. I am... okay, this is a apply 2 marked on each... no, I don't want that. I want more boom boom. That's not great. Okay, forceful knockback. We have 2 more card plays. forceful knockback. Let's hit these.
No mercy for the servants of Lilith.
Doesn't kill either of them.
There was a time when Lilith had the highest of standards for her minions.
However,
that time has clearly passed.
will this kill it? Yes, it will. Charlie. Okay, so forceful knockback in any direction. You know what? We are going to... kill this one. Kill this one. We still have one card to play, which is the bite. And the dog can kill... when taunted, all other shadow hounds will be taunted. This thing will die, I think. Yes, it will. I'm not worried about the little ones.
I saw a move like that once, centuries ago.
7 kills. We'll reese. Okay, so we have a maul. We have an apply vulnerable, and it does damage. Cool. So that leaves us with 3. Oh. No, it does not leave us with 3, because this one's going to die now, too. So that is 8 kills in 1 round. I think that's a record for me, even on my other game.
Compared to our girl, these hellhounds are nothing but mindless beasts. Don't hesitate to strike. They certainly won't.
Trust me, I am not hesitating to strike.
Feel my call.
Don't really have to do this, but just in case there's another round. I don't think there is.
I am impressed.
Done. 2 rounds.
Good girl, Charlie. Oh, and you too, Hunter. You finished this trial, but don't worry. The other gods are waiting.
Okay, in my other game, I've only defeated 2 of the trials, so that we're not that far ahead. Oh, wow. Apparently, they were expecting you needed to do all of them in 1 round to get 3 stars. Damn. That is, I guess there must be, that would be some serious RNG on the cards that you got. Okay, so that gives us our trial, which is going to give us our first ability, spell power. I don't know. I'm not sure how to describe it. Sarah's going to be pissed. I'm looking for... Oh, there's another seal. Pick that up. I'm looking for essences and skills and stuff like that that tend to be lying around in these areas. Okay. Place item. Moon seal.
This looks like it belongs here.
There we go. Word of power. Oh, it's a word of power. That's what it is. So now we have the ability to
Sarah was right to be wary of this place.
basically break shit with our
It's
hands.
your birthright, and I think after everything you've been through, you can handle it now. The 2 of you, as well as your mother, are the last of your kind, the Blood. Your lineage follows an unbroken line to the old gods themselves. And if you call upon them, you might just find they're actually listening. They won't work miracles for you, but their blessings can be quite useful in the right circumstance. Why don't you ask the goddess Ashtor for her aid in dealing with that barrier over there?
Open the gate using Ashtor's word. Okay, so there's 4 different ones. I've got these 2 in my other game.
She believes in our purpose.
Okay, that's the way out. And of course we have arcane. So this map, we now, where are we? We're right here. So we've now mapped this place, and that chest, this chest here, will appear on our map because we now know where it is. Any sparklies? No. Sans sparklies.
After all this time, it's still just as beautiful as the first time I laid eyes on it. It's hard to believe Lilith and Caretaker brought this place all the way from Transia. Of course, it was no coincidence that they wound up so close to Salem. This area is particularly attuned to the forces of magic. That's why the Elder God's influence was so prevalent here. And why our sanctuary here has remained all but impregnable over the centuries. And now I'm rambling on like an old sorcerer supreme.
Ooh, shots fired.
Why don't you come see me in the library tomorrow night? Oh, and let's keep this just between the 2 of us for now. I'm afraid Sarah, Caretaker, isn't ready to see me yet. Good night, Hunter.
I'm pretty sure that purple laser that we just saw in the cutscene is the second glyph, or second word of power. Okay, so this is the start of a new day. They make you, what they do is they make you sleep, and then it gives you your objectives. So first things first. Hello, puppy.
Hey, Charlie Warly puppy face.
Increase our, there we go, some credits and such. Increase our standing with the dog.
Hang on. Hunter, please come to the forge at your earliest convenience.
Okay.
Again, that's Hunter to the forge. Thank you.
Hunter.
Strange out.
Hunter, white courtesy phone. Hunter, white courtesy phone.
Hunter.
Okay, so nothing here. I'm just looking around for shinies on the ground. There's one. Shiny. Shiny. The reason is that when we go to the forge,
We still have so many more.
we are going to be given the option to start researching things and such, and sometimes it takes credits. Ooh, credits.
Hunter,
Damn it.
just in time. His royal weirdness and I were deciding what to do with that nasty little Hydra gift box you found.
Ah, yes. The spooky crate.
The very one. Though it is far from any mere container, I assure you. I am detecting powerful emanations from inside. If this is a sign of what Hydra is after, I fear we are all in grave danger.
My offer still stands. I could fly the thing up and nuke it in orbit. Only way to be sure.
Or we could open it, Tony, and perhaps use the mystical energies I sense inside to our advantage.
Yeah, I heard a we in there. Green goopy gamma serums are one thing. I'm not opening boxes full of mummy curses.
You don't have to. Hunter, if you'll allow me.
Spooky crate.
Second funeral, boss.
Second funeral. Nope. Give me credits. We're going to take a look around here. Is there anything on the ground? There is not. Okay.
We
Dr.
desperately
Spooky.
need to get into this crate.
Oh, look, see, we could invite him to Haven. We only know one Haven right now, so we'll save that
If
for a later
Hydra is
time.
now working to acquire mystical antiquities, then our situation is very dire indeed. We need to find a way to gain the upper hand.
And you think you can do it with whatever is in the container?
Tony has one of the greatest scientific minds that I've ever seen. I, of course, have an unparalleled understanding of the mystic arts. I have no doubt that we can find a way to research whatever we find in there and have it work in our favor. I just wonder what it could be.
Well, let's open it then. Destroy anything with Hydra's foul taint. Wow, that's a... I want you to make something powerful. Let's go with the middle one here. These things seem way too... They don't feel right.
Do you think this will be enough to give us an edge?
I hope so. Whatever it is, it's quite powerful. I'm relying on my
the neutral
instincts
one
here, but
seemed the
truly
most
that's all I have to rely
natural,
on until I can
I guess.
find a way to access the Sanctum's archives again.
That seems a bit risky.
Right now, with the Sanctum out of my reach, I'm fighting with one hand tied behind my back. Metaphorically, that is. If I can find items to research, I can give the Midnight Suns every possible advantage over Lilith and her disciples.
I look forward to seeing what you come up with.
Me too, Hunter. Now, all this talk is going nowhere unless we can get this container open and study what's inside. Approach the anvil, Hunter. We do not have time
Hydra's
to
spooky
spare.
crate. Okay,
Are
so
there any
now...
curses I should be aware of?
Okay, we can study it. It opens the same way as the coils.
I'm not expecting any difficulties with this one. By the hoary hosts of Hoggoth, I can hardly believe it.
What? Is it worse than you expected?
No, it's totally unexpected. It's the Eternity Dagger. This was in a place of honor in my bedchamber in the Sanctum for years. The Sanctum Sanctorum is no common domicile to be burglared. These barbarians have no idea what they possessed.
Or perhaps they did. Maybe these artifacts are exactly what Faustus and my mother were after to begin with.
Dagger, dagger, dagger.
Distressing thought. If they had my dagger, then who knows what others of my priceless possessions have passed through their greedy fingers. The cube of nothingness. The tear of Profia, and most worrisome of all.
Your toothbrush? You, had a little coffee thing going on this morning with your breath?
Oh, Tony.
Sorry. Doc's right, Hunter. I drank 3 glasses of holy water just to walk through the Sanctum's front door. Place is like a doomsday vault for all sorts of supernatural nastiness. We need to put a lid on this mess. Pronto.
I believe Carol is already working on it.
At last. Now that this artifact has been returned to its proper owner, we shall see if we can make use of the mystic forces contained within.
Okay, I am super fit.
To be fair, it
'Kay.
does look interesting, at least.
So if you look on the over here, we have it's. This is one of the ways that we get essence, other than walking around the abbey and picking it up off the ground. And this becomes something we can give out as a gift when we're hanging out with one of the heroes. Boom! Research level. So now we have things that we can research. So here's the item bench for forging schematics, war games for the foundry, the foundry, and this one we can't do because we have to complete one more mission with Blade. So we'll start at the top. And we have another gamma coil, so we'll open
How's
this
it
up
going, boss?
and hopefully get some better cards.
Take your pick, Hunter. Another magical
Okay.
mystery box. And to think, I used to design sentient future tech.
Okay, so we have 2 of these. This is a new card to us, so we're going to pick up the new card. Eventually, we get to choose 2 at a time.
See ya, Hunter.
Equipping abilities. Yep. I already know how to do this. So we go to our deck.